Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. Bryson with Dimes to Dollars here, and today we have a different sort of hunt. We have a whole bunch of foreign coins here. We have a whole bunch of world ones there, and a whole bunch of British ones here, all large pennies. We finally have hunted down all four of the Great Britain penny albums, with the first one that starts from 1860 to 1880, the second one from 1881 to 1901, the third one from 1902 to 29, and the fourth one starts at 1930. I'm not sure how old these are exactly, but they definitely look and smell old. I went ahead and popped it open, and it says copyright 1961. See if we can get it there. But as for when these were made, I'm not sure, but they are definitely old. So hopefully we don't hurt them at all, but I'm really hoping to fill some out. We have this big stack of copper pennies here, and a whole bunch of foreign stuff to look at as well. But let's go ahead and lay all this copper out, see what dates we have, and see how we can fill in these books. Alright, we're back now after sorting them all out by decade, and we got a really nice distribution here. We got 3 from the 1860s, 3 from the 1870s, 2 from the 1880s, 2 from the 1890s. We got 4 from the 1900s, quite a few from the 19-teens, and a few from the 20s and 30s as well. We also got 2 French coins, a Australian penny, and a more modern penny from 1966, which isn't going to fit the date range of these books, but it's always a really cool find. Now that we've gone through all these, let's go ahead and get out the first album and see if we got any rare ones. Alright, we're back now with the first book, and we actually got 6 hole fillers today. Our oldest one was actually a first year 1860, and it is the toothed beads variety. There are 2 different varieties, this one and the round beads, and this one's the tooth variety. We also got an 1861, and I'm going to assume it's plain. It is so worn you can't really make out any other details on it. We also got an 1866, an 1873, 1875, and 1876H. So 6 finds is definitely a nice start. Didn't expect to get that many in this first book, but definitely an awesome start to the hunt. Now let's move on to book number 2. Well, we just finished up with book number 2, and all 5 of our coins from this date range are actually going to fill spots. Up first we have an 1887, and it was just barely legible under a microscope. We also have an 1889, 1890. We have that 1896 that was in a flip. And the last year, the Victorian design, 1901. So 5 for 5 on this one. Let's move on to the third album. Well, now we're on to book number 3, and we're actually almost halfway full just from the coins we had today. We got 13 out of 30 spots filled. Our oldest one was a 1905. We also got a bent 1908 and a bent 1910. We had a really nice example of the King George V obverse. We have a 1913, a 1914 with a hole in it, or I guess that was a 1912. We got a 1916, 1917, 18, 1919, 1920, a gunky 1928, and a 1929. So pretty nice fill out for this one. Hopefully we can find some more in future hunts. But now it's time for the fourth and final one. Up last we have our fourth and final book, and we only had a few for this one. We had a 1930, a 1935, a really nice 1936, and unfortunately no King George V or Elizabeth II besides this one from 1966. I didn't think this one would fill a spot, but it fits the same diameter as the other ones, so I went ahead and just tossed it in because it's pretty nice. So that being said, that's all we got for this one. Hopefully we can find some for this page in the future, but we didn't get anything this time. Now that we've gone through all the British coins, let's go ahead and move on to the world coins and see what we got. Alright, we're back after sorting out all the world coins, and we got a really nice variety today. We have a bunch of Central American, North American, and South American coinage here, so let's go ahead and get started in this corner. We have 2 Panamanian coins, one from 1932 and one from 1907, and this one's a 2.5 Centésimos de Balboa, and this one is a 5. We have a Mexican centavos, 5 centavos. We have a Chilean coin that's pretty rough. We have a Uruguay coin and a few Ecuador coins. We have a Philippines coin. This one isn't really North or South America, but we have one from Rhodesia, which I believe is in the African continent. We have 2 Canadian coins. Now moving on to the European stuff, we have an Italian 10 centesimos. We have 2 Switzerland coins. I believe it's a 5 and a 10 Rappen. We have a Finnish coin from 1967. We have 2 Portuguese coins and a whole bunch of French coins. We have a French Polynesia coin and a whole variety of French coinage. We also have 2 German coins, including this one, which I believe might be a proof. It has some really nice rainbow toning going on it, from 1987. And on this side it is a 1 Pfennig. Now that we've gone through those, let's go ahead and get started on the second row. Up first we have the British stuff. We have the 3 pennies that didn't fit in the albums, and one's a 1918, 2 are 1920s. We have a whole variety here of other British coins, including this big chunky one with Winston Churchill on it. It's from 1965, and it is just massive, about a Morgan dollar size. We also have a proof here. I'm almost certain it is. It's really shiny. That's from 2000. And here is the reverse of it. We also have a whole bunch of transit tokens. It's really surprising. We have some from Tacoma, Rose City, which I believe is Portland. We have a Seattle one, a sales tax token from Arizona, LA, and we got 2 New York City transit tokens. Up next we have our one and only Australian coin from earlier. We have that 1942 kangaroo penny. It's an interesting World War II find. And we also have this really interesting Chinese coin. I don't know if it's legit, but from what I was able to find out about it, it may be from the 17 to 1800s from China. I believe it's called a 1 cash. I actually looked it up on the Coinoscope app. In case you haven't heard of it, you can find it on the Google Play Store, and it's really effective. This one takes a while, obviously, because it's in pretty rough shape, but a few pictures of it, and I was able to get a good ID on it that really matches up. So definitely a good piece of information for people that really want to identify their foreign coins. But the most exciting find of this whole bag is this next one. The final coin of today's video is this really old one. I got it for 25 cents, and it is really worn. After a lot of research and a lot of pictures on the Coinoscope app, I was able to confirm it to be a 1660s Scottish 1-turner. And it is just really cool. It's really worn. It has definitely spent some time out in the world, and it's just really awesome. Now, I'm not too sure about value on this one, but it's definitely one of the oldest coins I've got in my collection. I'm really excited to add it. I'm definitely going to be flipping that one up. And I figure on that note, that is going to end today's video. So I hope you all enjoyed. It was a lot of fun looking through some old foreign stuff and finding some real treasures out of it. So if you like this video, please make sure to let me know in the comments. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.